Welcome back to Sunday Support, where we support businesses, help people get recognition, as well as motivating people to continue to pursue their dream, as well as pursue their careers. And today we got
Ashowrld.
And motivation of the week is
No emotion, just motion.
meaning.
Don't stress over too much, just keep working.
Okay, so give us a background about yourself.
I'm a creator, just overall creator. I do content creation. I'm an actor, photographer, and I played 4 sports in high school, so I just was always working hard.
Okay, do you want people to know what school you go to because you do photography?
Right now I go to UNC Chapel Hill, and I do photography for the football team.
Okay, can you tell us where you're from?
I'm from Chicago.
Okay, being from Chicago and doing all these things, what motivates you to get into all them things?
Just the way people talk about Chicago as a whole. Like, it's a lot of talented people in Chicago, but we're not really recognized because of what people say about the city and how people think it is. It's not what you really think it is. It's actually a great city with a bunch of talented people, and that motivated me to go out and show the world what I can do as a Chicagoan.
Definitely, because I definitely agree with that, because I'm from Chicago as well, and it's really a lot of people on the outside looking in and just viewing us on a negative aspect. And
Right.
for you being so positive, that's good, just so everybody can see like what is it to be a true Chicagoan. Let's get into the content creating part. What got you into content creating, and for those who don't know, what do you do for the content creating?
Over quarantine, when it was like nothing else to do and people were just sitting in their houses not having much to do, I just started making videos on social media like TikTok and Instagram, a little bit of YouTube, just to get like the people to motivate them. Like, I used to make POVs, like to uplift people's mental health, like to show, like I used to have different storylines, like if something not working and then you work hard and you can make it happen. Like, if you keep working, like one of my most popular ones started, like I was a character that got kicked out the house, and then I started doing content, and then I ended up making it big, and then the people that didn't believe in me, they wanted to like start hanging out and stuff. So basically my videos was just to cater to people that felt like they were underrepresented and didn't feel like they could make it, because they actually can if they put that work in and that time in. So I just started making videos for that reason, and to make people laugh, like, because over quarantine people was like getting bored and then not having much fun, so for them to like open up their phone and go to TikTok and watch one of my videos, just wanted to be able to make them smile, you know.
Okay, so would you say the videos you make is somewhat just showing your personality as a person?
Yeah, like I make many. Right now I don't make the stories just as much, because as a college student I don't have much time to like edit and do all the other stuff. But now I just stick to more comedic videos. The other ones were like, they were like serious videos, but then they had a comedic ending so it could like bring it all together, and then like, you know.
Okay, and also, what would you tell somebody who want to pursue into content creating?
I tell them just keep working, because at the beginning it's gonna be hard getting into it. It took me, I started in 2019, like in December 2019, I posted my first video, and for like, I was doing that through quarantine. In June, I had made it up to 190,000 followers, 190, like, and I was there for like a long time, like for like 3 months I was right there in that same thing, but I kept on making it because I didn't care how many people were seeing it. I was just wanted to positively
keep going.
positively impact the couple people that were seeing it. So then I started changing my content a little bit to like reach different types of people, and that's when I started expanding more. So just keep working and then keep on trying different things. You gotta be consistent, because if you stop, then it just will be harder to grow. So even if you're not looking so good at the beginning, just keep on making those 3 to 5 posts a day. You know, just exploring different things and seeing what works out for you. And then after a while, it'll start working out.
Okay, and you did mention mental health. So, what can you say about mental health from your point of view?
From my point of view, mental health can it can have a negative impact on a person. Like, like if you stressed and just in your head a lot, you won't be able to like put that work in to take it to the next level. So I wanted to like focus on positively impacting people's mental health, because when you're feeling good, then you just have all the energy and then feel like you can get something done and make it. Because over quarantine, like people were not around their friends, they didn't have that energy. They were like, people were losing people and they just weren't the same as people that they were before. So I just wanted to get them back to where they were, because even me, like didn't have as much social connection. But I just said, if I start doing this, then I'll be able to connect with people from other places around the world, and then they'll start doing it, and then it'll just be a whole pyramid scheme, I guess.
Okay, and coming from my point of view with the mental health, it is a very important. So, who was around you to keep pushing you to like keep going, or like was it friends or family that kept you happy, like kept you from stressing or anything? Like,
Yeah,
who was that person or people, group of people?
It was a good group of people during that time. You talking about during quarantine and stuff?
In general, from quarantine to now.
Yeah, it's about my homies, all my friends, my family, really supportive of what I do. Like over quarantine, I know I had this one group we used to hop on FaceTime for like 24 hours a day, every day, call at the same time, end the call at the same time. The whole quarantine, not the whole quarantine, like from March to like June, we stopped doing it because then stuff started opening up. We could see each other. But yeah, it was like I had a lot of close friends and a lot of my family members supporting me, keeping me like sane through those hard times.
Definitely. So, if you don't mind me asking, do you feel like laughter was your cope for if you did have stress?
Laughter?
Yeah.
Yeah, always. I'm always laughing. Like, if I try to like make light out of any situation, like if it's someone around me not feeling like themselves or like sad or something, I try to like make a joke. I'm always trying to make other people smile, because that'll make me happy. Like I'm just naturally I guess a happy guy, so I want to like spread the positivity, spread the laughs, get everybody else laughing, yeah, laughter was, yeah.
Okay, and let's get into your photography. Like, what got you into that?
What got me into that, I always like taking pictures like on my phone and stuff. Like in freshman year, I started a Instagram page called Ashowrld. Now I had I just got the new iPhone, the 8 Plus. So that's when they started making the big cameras. So I was walking around, I'm taking everybody pictures on my phone, not knowing how to edit. I wasn't editing it. I was just in portrait mode, taking the flicks. People thought they was raw because it was like the new iPhone. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I might be a photographer. I used to like being in front of the camera too, taking pictures. So that also taking people pictures, that like improves their mental health too, being able to show people, like when you show them a flick, they like, oh, that's tough. Like show them smile, it like captures a moment, and you'll be able to relive that moment forever because you got it on camera. So I took a break from that over quarantine, all that. That was just freshman year. Sophomore year, I didn't take any pictures. And then junior year, you know Sean, right? I don't know if you know him, but yeah, that's my boy Sean. He close with me, Don, right? Everybody. So he had copped the camera junior year, and then I was like, come take my flicks. So we would go take the flicks, and then he wanted to take some flicks, so he let me use his camera, take the flicks. We was both weak at the time, but we was just working. We was young, trying to make it. So we was like taking the flicks. Then I realized it's kind of cool. I got back to it. So he was taking them for like a while, and then about December last year, I was like, because I had been using his camera, taking flicks to him the whole school year. So I was like, let me get my own camera. But I didn't buy the camera for photography. I bought it for videography because I wanted to be a film director or screenwriter or something like that. I wanted to make short films. So I went up on Google, searched up best videography camera. So I bought that. Well, I didn't buy it. I got it for Christmas. That was the only thing I got. I think that's the only thing I'm gonna get but I ain't getting nothing this year. That's the only thing, because that hurt my people's pockets. But they believed in me. They saw that I could make something happen with it. So I got it. Made like 2 short films. Retired from that. Started doing photography. Me and Sean, you know, I was telling you about McKinley. They do his family like run the Chicago Elite Classic. I know you've been to that, where they like have all the high school come. It was at UIC again, so I got a media pass for that, and then I got my homie pass too. So we got to go down there. I had my camera. That was the first time I was taking pictures, first time. And then he had already been doing it for a while, so he was like getting into it. He was trying to get into sports photography. This what got him into sports. So he was taking his. He was tough with it. He knew how to edit and all that. And then I'm just taking mine. I wasn't that good. I knew how to take the pictures, but I don't know how to edit it and then what to do. So I started doing that. Didn't edit them. Took like some good flicks, posted on my Ashowrld flicks page that I hadn't posted on since 2019. Got it, reposted it on my page. Got a lot of love. I'm like, it's the return, Ashowrld flicks. So then that was like the first thing. Not edited, didn't have my watermark, didn't know, just pictures, regular pictures. My homies of the basketball teams that was playing Kenwood, you know, all of that. Simeon, took pictures of them. And then, so then I'm like, people actually, I want to start doing this. So then next week, school pictures coming up, you know, senior pictures, Sean taking his flicks. I'm like, let me practice some. So I'm taking some. I downloaded Lightroom Classic. People use Lightroom on their phone, but Lightroom Classic it was like free through the school. So I got that because it's like it's like better quality than the mobile version. So I was like practicing with that, learning with that. Sean helped me do that. So then I started doing that. Still shooting on auto.
And you said Lightroom? Lightroom?
Yeah.
So is that an app for people to download?
Yeah, it's like on, you know how they got Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom. Lightroom is the one that's on mobile, and then Lightroom Classic is for the computer. So we got Adobe Lightroom Classic, Adobe Premiere Pro to edit videos. That's what I was telling you about earlier. It's like, if you check, your school might cover it, because a lot of the universities cover Adobe for the kids that into creative design and stuff like that. So I mastered that finally after like Sean was helping me do that till like April. And then I started doing a lot of flicks, taking a lot of flicks, everything. I did the baseball season, and then I like started doing UNC football because I did like worked with East Bay and Champs on a project, and then the marketing exec for Foot Locker, he was like, "Oh, you going to UNC? I know the creative design people for the football team there. They brought me in, and then they helped me expand my talents like with the different settings and stuff. And then started doing football, and now I just do a lot of shoots on campus. So yeah, that's the photography story, long story.
Okay. And with all that being said, you could really say your friends played a major part of getting you to where you are.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you knew a lot of people that do basketball, and you had a friend that helped you with editing. So your team was already made without you even thinking that,
right,
to a certain extent.
Right.
And since you went through all this, how do you feel with like you said, with all the partnerships that you did so far? Like, how do you feel?
I feel good because that opened like up a lot of doors. Like I did that thing. Alright, so it started with the Classic. I took the pictures at the Classic, started doing that, opened up a door, I met the marketing exec at the Classic through McKinley and Sylvia and then Project Switch. Met him through that. So then he was like, "Oh, let's work together on something." So I did a Black History Month campaign with East Bay and Champs, because he helps with all of that marketing for that. So then it was like a little commercial showing. They had me doing football drills and stuff because I played football. It was just like showing people to work hard, like teaching people how to work hard. It was just a Black History campaign. They followed different people. They chose me. They did PJ Rose, Derrick Rose's son. He did one for basketball and then other sports. So then I did that, and then doing that, it opened up another opportunity for me to do the football at UNC, and then going back to doing the Project Switch and doing the media at the Classic. That opened up the opportunity for me to go to the Final Four and work as a talent ambassador and go down there and partner with the Obama Foundation through Project Switch. and like I was able to take some pictures there, so I got some content there, and that just was me working hard. All those meeting different people, making new connections, it all came together to like as a whole, like being able to do different things. And then that going down there is another reason why I chose to go to UNC, because they was playing against Duke. They beat Duke, and I was like, oh, this is a great school, a lot of school spirit and a lot of good people, nice connections. So I just did.
Okay, and like you did mention before, you got into film. So would you say photography helped you get into film, or was film something you always wanted to get into?
I would say the content creation helped me want to start getting into film. Like as a content creator, I used to like do those POV skits, so I'm basically acting. And I was like, oh, I want to act. So then I like agency out here in Atlanta, they reached out. I got signed to them, Hill Talent, and then they would send me a bunch of auditions and then self-tapes, practices, and then I did one acting class, and then I couldn't really go to acting class because I was, while doing all this photography, all this, I'm still playing sports. I'm playing basketball, football, still playing AAU and stuff. So I'm like trying to do all this at once. That's why my content, and I stopped producing, like creating content, because I was still playing AAU, going out of town every weekend, practicing every day, playing, doing all that. So I'm trying to like manage my time. So then I started doing all that. And then when I signed to this, so I finally got to some auditions that I had time to do starting this year, because I retired from baseball. Baseball was my favorite sport growing up. I was good at it, but then I retired from it, and then because of quarantine, I didn't have time because the seasons was at the same time. So I had to make a choice. So I chose basketball. So I stuck with basketball, and then I came back to baseball to take their pictures, and then so I was doing that, and that's when I started having time to do the auditions. I auditioned for Power, didn't get that. Auditioned for The Shot, didn't get that. Fast forward a month, auditioned for The Shot again, then I got it. So then I'm actually glad I got the part that I got, because it was like a more complex part. It was more well-rounded. The first one that I auditioned for, it didn't really have like something that could expand. It was like the part that I did, it was actually a good part. Met some cool people. So then, yeah, that was cool.
Okay, and how do you feel about being in The Shot as well as being from Chicago?
Oh no, that's great. Like when you being on The Shot and also being from Chicago, it was a great experience, because a lot of the cast there, a lot of the main characters, they weren't really from Chicago, but some of them are. Like most of the new characters coming in, they bring in a lot of people from the area, like giving them, I actually like that about the show, because they're bringing a lot of talent from Chicago that we was talking about earlier, giving them the opportunity to act like they gave me the opportunity. And it was just great being able to be from Chicago and also be on the show and like have people from other places around the country talk about it. Like when I got down to college, there's people were asking me, they're like, oh, you was on the show Shot, right? I'm like, how you know about The Shot? Because you know me, I'm like, oh, this is just popular in Chicago. But then when you think about it, it's on Showtime. That's around the United States, around the US. So I was like surprised. I'm like, oh, y'all actually watch that? That's actually cool. Like, that's like, The Shot brings a positive light to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely. And was you nervous with all the stuff that you been doing, like content, photography, and audition?
I'm not gonna lie. Growing up, I was like, you see, I'm a lot of energetic. I like talking to people, so I used to like go up, do plays, and then do skits and stuff, and give speeches and science fair. All right, so I'm gonna tell a story. You know, growing up, about kindergarten through 5th grade, I didn't care about none of that. I used to talk in front of anybody, and then like without even knowing them, like I could go give a speech or something without even caring. 6th grade, that's when we started moving into middle school. See, I was still cool with everybody, still energetic, but I couldn't give a public speech. I was like, couldn't go in front of people and talk and like do different interviews and stuff, because I'll be like nervous, had like shaking, like fumbling on my words and stuff. And I was confused, because in 5th grade I won the science fair. I'm talking in front of people. 6th grade I get I couldn't even like, I'm nervous, I'm shaking, and then I don't know, I just like growing up, like people like as a kid, it's like nothing really matters for real. Like you do anything, but when you get older, so then from 6 to like sophomore year, I'm still the energetic guy talking to everybody, but I just still couldn't give like a public speaking, do all that interview, none of that. Like right now, I probably would have been messing up doing all. Like I probably wouldn't be able to do that. I also told that to when I was doing my college interviews last year. I was telling them, I was like, yeah, I'm able to talk to you all because doing the content creation and then doing all the other campaigns and all the other stuff, I got my public speaking confidence back, being able to just like do stuff. And then like, so when I started doing TikTok and stuff and doing all that, like I got that confidence back, so I was able to like talk, do interviews and go and talk, like, cause I had to, last year I just had to talk in front of a bunch of different people my age. Now, you know, talking to kids, that's easy to do, just talk. But if you're talking to people your age and then they like, that's your peers, that could get nervous up there. But I was able to do it just through building my confidence back up. And then after doing all that, talking at different events, holding different workshops for like content creation, and then showing people how to build their own brand, I was doing a lot of those. And then so when I got to the shot, it's like, oh, I'm good. I can do this in front of the, I was just felt like I was made to be in front of the camera. I didn't mess up any of my lines. I was surprised. I was just ready. It just felt like all the work that I put in
led up to it.
It just got me ready for like now, for the shot. So I wasn't nervous on there, but yeah.
Okay, so what do you got stored in the long run?
In the long run, I'm gonna keep on building my content on social media. I'm hoping to get into some more projects. Like I've been auditioning for different things. I hope I get them. But I'm just gonna keep working and then staying. I also wanna, and I'm majoring in advertising and public relations. Like in the future, like I do a lot of things: photography, videography, acting, content, rap. I just rap for fun, you know.
Can you spit a bar?
Yeah, we just rap for fun. Spit a bar?
Yeah, can you spit one or nah? You
Nah,
gotta have to
I
wait for
can't
later.
freestyle. Hey, go on my page. It's an EP dropping soon, you know.
And how can they stay in contact with you?
Huh?
How can they find you?
Find me. I'm gonna have it on Apple Music. I don't know my name yet. I figured out. Just go to my IG, Ashowrld, and then I'll drop all that in there. But yeah, so I'm getting into all that. They say people just know I just do I have a lot of side missions, side quests. I just do a lot of stuff. Like I bought a turntable to become a DJ. Like I just like doing a lot of stuff because it's fun exploring different things. Now the one thing I can't do is dance, and I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to learn how to sing and dance. I think if I can sing and dance, I don't know, I'll be the voice. But nah, other than that, like, so I'm majoring in advertising and public relations. So in the future, I just want to work for like a media company and just do marketing and advertising for like a media company like Google, Netflix, HBO Max, anything in the media field. And like while doing that, I can also act and still make content and do a lot of stuff.
And like you did say before, like have so many things going on. Like how did you work out time management? Like,
I would say my dad always called me, make sure I was on top of stuff, but my friends, but overall just me. I don't know, something about me is like my head, I can remember a lot of stuff to remember to get stuff done. Like as a college student, they're like, oh, you gotta have your planner, and then like, you know how it is, like have your planner like to plan different things so you don't forget. But I don't know, it's like I always remember everything. So I'm like, I still don't have a planner. I haven't wrote anything down. Like I just, in my head, I just know I gotta get stuff done. Like in the morning, I don't set an alarm because I don't know. I just, in my head, I know what time I gotta wake up. I don't know. It's just different. But I just manage my time. But then when I do like slip a little bit, it's like my family members calling me, oh, you gotta get this done. And I'm like, oh yeah, I do gotta get that done. I was doing other stuff. Then that one thing. So they just keep me on top of my stuff usually.
okay, and like I said, I do Sunday support. So, do you have anybody you want to give support to or like appreciation to?
I just want to show appreciation to all my family members. You know, if I consider you family, I want to show support to my homies back in Chicago that grew up with me in Chicago, and the new homies that I made at UNC. Everybody so like cool, and I want to show some love to you for like giving me the opportunity and like meeting you, and it was just cool.
Definitely. And on that note, that's Sunday support.
Yes, sir.